The movie opens in the kingdom of Floria. The king and his knights chase a dragon into a cave, where they are shocked by what they see. The dragon then kills most of the knights with fire and captures the rest with her tail, killing them too. The king falls to his knees, awaiting his end. Centuries later in the northern land, Floria and Elodie, daughters of the local lord, chop wood to help their starving and freezing people. Their town is nearly deserted. One day, they see a rare visitor's carriage and rush home. They find their father, Lord Bayford, and stepmother, Lady Bayford, talking to a nun. The nun says Elodie will do and leaves. Lord Bayford then tells Elodie that the royal family of Floria wants her to marry their prince. Elodie initially refuses but agrees when Bayford points out that the marriage will provide their town with enough money to survive for many years. Later, the family sails to Floria. As they near their destination, the ship enters a thick mist, and they are frightened by creepy figures that turn out to be giant dragon statues. When they land, they are amazed by the prosperity of the land and the magnificence of the castle. Servants take them to their rooms and inform them they'll meet the royal family the next day. Elodie admires the view from the balcony and sees a girl her age on another balcony, who is soon taken away by a maid. That night, unable to sleep, Elodie keeps busy drawing. She steps onto the balcony for fresh air and notices the other girl's room is dark. She also sees torches in the distance, indicating someone is going up the mountain in the middle of the night. The next day, Elodie's family meets the royals. Queen Isabelle sends Elodie to spend time with Prince Henry before the wedding. After some initial awkwardness, Elodie and Henry have a pleasant conversation. Henry compliments Elodie's artistic skills from her letter, and she asks about the torches she saw last night. Henry explains it's part of an ancient ceremony honoring their ancestors, which is why the wedding is on the same day. Meanwhile, in the castle, Lord Bayford finishes discussing the deal with Isabelle and looks upset. Lady Bayford tries to check on him, but he snaps and insists nothing is wrong. Lady Bayford then tries to chat with Isabelle, who makes it clear the marriage is just a transaction. She needs a princess, and Bayford's land needs money. Isabelle dismisses Lady Bayford's attempt to correct her mispronunciation of Elodie's name and leaves. In the evening, Lady Bayford, worried, tells Elodie that something seems suspicious and suggests canceling the wedding. Before they can discuss it further, Lord Bayford shows up and sends everyone to bed. The next morning, maids help Elodie get ready for the ceremony. She is given a beautiful dress, a blunt dagger, and a perfume diffuser. The wedding goes smoothly. Henry and Elodie exchange rings, share a kiss, and Elodie receives her own crown. Afterward, Elodie says goodbye to her family and gets in a carriage with Henry, who explains they'll join the ancient ceremony on the mountain. They climb a rocky staircase, and Elodie is shocked to see people wearing creepy golden masks and Isabelle dressed like a nun. The queen gives Elodie a coin, saying she'll help protect the kingdom. Isabelle shares a story about their ancestors discovering a dragon when they arrived on the island. The dragon attacked, and the king sacrificed his 3 daughters to save the village. As Elodie listens, she notices everyone staring creepily at her, and they cross a dangerous bridge above a chasm. Isabelle explains the king's sacrifice is celebrated every generation. She cuts Henry's and Elodie's hands, mixes their blood, and covers them with a cloth, announcing that Elodie is now of royal blood. Next, Elodie throws the coin into the chasm, thinking the ritual is over. Henry suddenly apologizes and throws her into the chasm too. Screaming as she falls, Elodie hits branches before landing in mud and passing out. She wakes up bruised but stands and yells for help. Her voice wakes the dragon hidden in the cave. Desperate and furious, Elodie tears off her fancy jewelry and tries to climb out but falls again, injuring herself. She sees other jewelry, realizing the royals have been sacrificing girls to the dragon for years. Hearing a noise, she notices a light inside a cave and finds a bird on fire. She tries to put out the fire with dirt, but the bird dies. Suddenly, hundreds of burning birds fly above her and drop dead, lighting the cave. Elodie searches for an exit, but freezes when she sees the dragon approaching. She hides behind a stalagmite as the dragon talks, saying every generation of royalty must pay, and she can smell it in Elodie's blood. Looking at her scar, Elodie realizes the ceremony is a trick for the dragon. The dragon tells Elodie to run, and she does, entering a tunnel as the dragon breathes fire behind her. The flames follow, but Elodie finds a safe spot just in time. She discovers the burnt body of the girl she saw on the balcony. Hearing the dragon approaching, Elodie tries to escape through a small hole, but her dress gets stuck. As the flames get closer, she struggles to remove the crinoline and runs, hiding in a smaller cavern. Some fire reaches her leg, burning it and causing her to scream in pain. The dragon hears her but can't reach her because of the tight space. Once the dragon leaves, Elodie remembers her blunt dagger and sharpens it against a rock to cut part of her dress. Despite the pain, she bandages her wound with the fabric. She uses the diffuser to catch some fire and create a makeshift lantern. Exploring the cavern, she finds a narrow passage and starts crawling through it. Her dress gets stuck again, but she pulls free and slides down. Elodie tries to hold on, but her wounded and tired hands give out, causing her to fall and extinguish the diffuser's fire. Determined, she stands up, using the wall for support, and walks toward a distant light. After painful walking, she exits the tunnel and almost falls off a cliff. Seeing the light on the other side, she throws her wedding ring into the abyss and makes a big jump. She slips on the other side, but her belt catches on a rock, giving her enough time to use her dagger to climb up. She discovers the light comes from glowing slugs. After ensuring they don't bite, Elodie tears off her sleeve and puts the slugs inside to make a new lantern. Further along, she finds a small lake. The water tastes awful due to cave plants, but she finds dripping ice to catch water. Suddenly, the ice melts faster, revealing the dragon breaking through with fire. Elodie runs as the dragon lands in the cavern, chasing her. She escapes into a tunnel too small for the dragon to follow. In the small cavern, Elodie finds a message on the wall saying, "Safe here, she cannot reach," signed by the letter V. She discovers dresses and names of many girls on another wall, including Victoria. Elodie grieves for them and removes the bandage from her leg, which hasn't improved. As she tries to sleep, she sees ghosts of previous sacrifices suffering. Victoria appears, adding her name to the wall, then turns and tells Elodie it's all a lie. Elodie wakes up to find slugs on her leg wound, realizing their slime has healing properties. Her leg is now fine, so she puts a slug on another wound and apologizes for underestimating it. Feeling better, Elodie finds a map on the wall, indicating at least one girl escaped. The map shows 3 forks in the tunnel, and she must take the middle one, following the crystals and music to the outside. Elodie tears off the inconvenient parts of her dress, adds her name to the wall, and takes the middle fork, ignoring the dragon's growls. Eventually, she hears a tune and finds a wall covered with glowing crystals under the sunlight from the exit. Nearby, she finds a crown with a V, indicating Victoria escaped. To climb the pointy crystals, Elodie tears more fabric from her dress to protect her hands and feet. Using the crown, she starts climbing. The dragon watches her, and a crystal breaks, causing her to fall, but she holds on with the crown. Hearing the dragon nearby, Elodie hurries and reaches the exit, only to find herself on the edge of a high hole in the mountain. Devastated, she falls to her knees and cries. Suddenly, Elodie hears horses neighing and sees a group of riders approaching the mountain. She tries to yell for help, but the dragon flies toward her and blocks the hole. Elodie steps back and notices another message saying "Not safe," signed by V. Nearby, she sees Victoria's body, realizing she never escaped. The dragon prepares to breathe fire, but stops when a male voice calls Elodie's name. Lord Bayford, 2 knights, and a guide have come looking for her. As they descend into the cave with ropes, Elodie follows their voices. In a new tunnel, she finds a nest with 3 dead baby dragons and remembers Victoria's words. She realizes Isabelle lied. The dragon wasn't the last of her kind and hadn't struck first. A flashback shows the king entering the cave to kill the babies, and the dragon's attack was revenge. She killed the knights but spared the king, making him suffer by sacrificing 3 women each generation with mixed blood to pass as royal daughters. Elodie finds her father and his men, but stays hidden for safety. The dragon appears, grabs a knight, and drops him from a great height, killing him instantly. The guide hides while the dragon crushes the second knight under her paw and interrogates Bayford. He explains he's there to save his daughter and attacks with his sword, but the dragon disarms him and drops him. While Elodie waits for the right moment, the dragon tells Bayford to call for his daughter. Bayford gives a heartfelt apology, admitting his mistake, and yells for Elodie to stay hidden. The dragon stabs him in the heart with her claw. Elodie cries out, attracting the dragon's attention, but the guide makes a noise, diverting the dragon's attention. With the dragon gone, Elodie says goodbye to her father and kisses his forehead before he dies. She then uses the rope left by him to start climbing out of the cavern. Meanwhile, the dragon finds the guide and crushes him to death before pursuing Elodie. She climbs quickly to avoid the flames covering the entrance and gets on her father's horse. After riding briefly, she jumps off and hides under rocks. The dragon is tricked by the running horse and burns it to death. The dragon then causes a storm as a sign the deal is broken. In the castle, Isabelle notices the storm and sends knights to kidnap Floria. Lady Bayford tries to stop them but is stabbed. After the fire is over, Elodie emerges from hiding and finds the bleeding Lady Bayford, who tells her what happened. Elodie promises to save her sister and rides the horse back to the mountain. Floria is taken to the bridge, but Henry refuses to perform the ritual with the child. Isabelle uses her own blood, cuts Floria's hand, mixes their blood, and throws Floria into the chasm. When Elodie arrives, everyone is gone, and the dragon has caught the unconscious Floria, using her as bait. Determined, Elodie descends back into the cavern with the rope, using her previous experience to navigate the path much faster. After double-checking the map to find the dragon's lair, Elodie arms herself with her father's sword and sets a trap using armor and burning rope. When the rope finishes burning, the armor falls, causing the dragon to fly out, searching for the noise. Elodie sneaks into the lair and wakes up Floria, who walks slowly due to her wounded leg. The dragon discovers the trap and returns, so Floria hides while Elodie waits with her sword. Elodie tries to explain that they've been tricked by the queen, but the dragon doesn't believe her and tries to breathe fire. Elodie redirects the attack by stabbing the dragon's mouth with the sword, but falls off the edge, receiving burns on her arms and shoulder. The dragon removes the sword as Elodie lands in a lake, and swims out just in time for Floria to throw another sword to her. The dragon jumps on Elodie, stabbing her with a claw. Before she can kill her, Elodie stabs the dragon in the eye with a dagger, causing the dragon to throw her away. Elodie grabs the sword again and runs toward the dragon, who struggles to see with one eye. She stabs the beast in the chest, but it doesn't cause much damage. The dragon grabs her again, so Elodie stabs its paw, making it drop her. As the dragon approaches, Elodie notices dust bouncing against a curved stalagmite, giving her an idea. Elodie stands in front of the stalagmite and taunts the dragon to burn her. As the dragon breathes fire, Elodie moves at the last second, causing the fire to bounce off the stalagmite and hit the dragon, bringing it down. Elodie then shows her scar to prove the dragon has been killing innocent girls, not royals. The dragon asks Elodie to end its life, but Elodie refuses, choosing to stop the cycle of hatred. Instead, she uses slugs to heal the dragon. Meanwhile, in the castle, a new wedding is being celebrated to trick the third girl of this generation. Suddenly, a coin rolls down the aisle and Elodie enters, warning the bride and her family to run away. She tells the locals to leave, but only the servants listen. At that moment, the dragon arrives and breathes fire, killing Isabelle and the entire royal line. As chaos ensues, Henry accepts his fate, knowing he deserves it. The castle crumbles, but Elodie walks away with her head held high. A few days later, Elodie, Floria, and a recovered Lady Bayford prepare to leave on a ship full of gold and supplies for their people. They agree to run their land together, and Elodie starts calling Bayford mother instead of stepmother. During the trip home, the dragon flies nearby and shares a nod of mutual respect with Elodie. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy to hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice, just to be sure. It would be best if you watched the whole movie. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.